748th contact Monday, July 27, 2020, 21.07, translated with DeepL.com. The following is an unauthorized, unofficial translation.
Grüezi, Edward, dear friend, you secretive one.
You are almost on time, dear friend, but welcome, and salam. You're 2 minutes earlier than agreed.
Edward, dear friend. Yes, the time, that's the thing.
Doesn't matter. It was just a casual remark. But why are you calling me sneaky? What have I done, my friend?
You are more silent than a closed oyster.
You have to be Billy sometimes, but you know that yourself. But why do you still call me secretive? Because there is nothing I would hide from you in our friendship.
I know that, and I do not feel it as something detrimental or unfair to our friendship, which is as inviolable, consecrated, untouchable and respectful to me as it is to you. With this, with my homespun door, I just wanted to express on the one hand that you keep your word and keep everything secretly, which you should keep secret and therefore for yourself. On the other hand, I'm thinking of explaining that, but no, we can talk about that later, because now, I can see in your facial expressions that it's obviously only your explanation of your silence that is needed.
Yes, of course, you're right. I learned silence early on with your father's faith. In life there are always things and situations etc. that you should not expose, keep silent about and not break a ban etc. But if this is disregarded, then a person makes himself a scoundrel, a failure, a dishonorable and unworthy of trust.
Heimlich.
And I should probably explain this, is not something shameful or so to me, but something that actually belongs only in one's own
home,
or only in one's own knowledge and memory, which is why it should be hidden from others and inconspicuous, so that others do not notice what happens when silence is kept. In this respect I learned that the whole of this does not correspond to anything unjust, if it is applied in the right way and is held back as one's own or secret knowledge. Originally, the original term for this originated from the extraterrestrially brought German language and was called Heim, which translated into today's German language means home, which in a broader sense also leads to the term homely, as well as to secretly, which means that it should remain in one's own home and thus also with man as his sole knowledge. The whole thing thus means, in relation to a
homely,
simply a
silence,
or a
concealment
of something towards other people, which is not reprehensible. However, if it is done in the right way and no injustice is done by it. This fact, however, is completely misunderstood and accordingly wrongly defined by the earthly linguists, which leads to the traditional misinterpretation of the terms secret, concealment and keep secret etc. Therefore, what is presented today in the German language by linguists as secretiveness or so, is fundamentally wrong and corresponds to a language adulteration of a bad kind, even if they have no idea of the German original language German, whereby this language term has, interestingly enough, been preserved until today, as, for example, in English for German, as, among other things, also in the term German is etc. And that the term Heimlich etc. is derived from the old term Heim of the German language, which in today's German means Heim and in English home. The language scholars obviously cannot understand why they are obviously too stupid for that, why they keep on changing the German spelling in a moronic way and do not realize that they make the German language more and more messed up and incapable of understanding. The whole thing in this respect is absolute nonsense. because the earthly linguists do not even have an idea that the German language existed at all and was the basic language for all Germanic and Anglo-Saxon languages and the terms etc. that emerged from them. It is just as idiotic that these language experts claim that people would have something in an evil sense to hide if they were to retire to their homes, because the figurative meaning of hiding is derived from it.
That is unfortunately the case, because all of them, those who know languages or are what they want to be, were not given the opportunity like you, namely to go back to the old times with my father's faith, in order to be able to fathom everything that happened at that time, in which you were interested in an unusually varied way. However, what I now want to tell you and also have to explain to you is not just a remark, but that, Edward, is not intended to make it public.
I know that, without you having to mention it especially, Pat because. So we don't have to say another word about it, but we can keep it between us.
What's more,
of course. Because.
Then we should talk openly about the secrets you're hiding regarding your age.
You know how to change the subject abruptly, my friend, and exactly what you're talking about I don't want to talk about because I don't think it's important. Besides, it's my business, which probably doesn't concern anybody and I'm not interested in it being spread around.
Edward, you are wrong, dear friend. Because I think that the time has come to talk about this matter and to clarify some things that you are apparently afraid to talk about. But first of all there is still what we have now spoken about, because that must also be clarified. So.
Then everything is said, and therefore we can talk about other things, such as why you called me secretive, because you avoided my question and gave no explanation.
Yes, that is indeed the case, but now I want to talk about why I said secretly to you. The reason is that in my father's faith annals records, which I have to work through slowly and extremely painstakingly, I have seen information that explains a great deal about what, how and through what you have learned everything in past and future times. Never could I have imagined that a boy could go through such a thing without being damaged in consciousness, mind and reason and in his behavior for his whole life. This is also true for everything in your youth and also afterwards, and I think that even a person of my age could not cope with the whole thing, so I do not understand how it was possible for you to get through everything without.
All right, just don't think about it, because Firth always said that if something can't be understood, you have to let it go, because otherwise you could get behind it, and that could lead to a blowing of the fuses, so to speak, which would make it dark in the brain, if you understand what I mean.
But I must try to understand the whole of what I have read in his annals and experienced as knowledge, so that I now also know much more about you and my father, and I must look at and understand different things differently than was the case up to now. On the other hand, while studying the annals of my father's faith, I was surprised to discover that you are in reality much older than I had previously known. Only that which concerns the reality of my father's true being, his abilities, his knowledge, the cognitive complex of his behavioral system and the control of all things carried out from it, as well as the clear transformation of information carried out by mind and reason, seems monstrous to me. This, as well as the resulting clear recognition of the effect of real reality and its truth, but also its experiencing and the resulting learning and the effective profound realization through understanding and reason as well as the understanding of everything I know surpasses everything I know. It is only now, when I can read, work through and study his annals, that I get to know my father in a profound way, only about 70 years after his death, which causes me on the one hand sadness and pride, but on the other hand also regret, because only now I begin to perceive a deep inner connection to and with him, which evokes intense emotions in me, which I do not know how to cope with. Edward, dear friend, In a similar way as in the case of my father's faith, my findings now give rise to similar emotions in me with regard to our friendship. Edward, as far as we are concerned, I cannot remain silent, because reality has caught up with me on this point as well. Only now I recognize your true nature through my father's records, because now I have become aware that you have developed in all ways of your cognition, that is, your intellect, your reason, your knowledge, your behavior and your mentality or your predominant thought-feeling psychological personality traits, in such a way that everything was characteristic of my father's faith. You have endeavored, according to your own efforts and will, to become an impeccable human being within yourself and to take everything, both positive and negative, that ever affected you from the outside, without complaint and to use it for the development of your being, as my father recorded in his annals, as well as an ascetic, as she now explained to me and knows everything, because she accompanied you from 1953 to 1975 after my father's departure. And what she also explained to me, just as my father's faith did, you have created a personal and almost dangerous pattern of thinking, feeling and behavior according to your own sense, which you have formed, used and employed for your special self-development in such a way that in the course of all your earthly and usually long lifetime, the normal one and that of the past and future, you have become a person or a life-stable person without fear and reproach, as it was formulated by ascetic. All this, Edward, dear friend, causes me a problem, because I have recognized and now know that my father's faith was a special person with such knowledge, with abilities, unusual values, a mentality and with energies and powers etc., of a special kind, just like you, and this is something I have thought about and now I know that I will never achieve this myself, because on the one hand, at my present age, I could not find the possibilities or the time to learn everything at the same time. On the other hand, I must honestly admit, if I myself had been confronted with all this as a young person through my father, as it happened between the two of you, that I would then not have had the necessary insight and energy and strength to get through the whole thing and also to form myself into what you both have brought about. In fact, I am ashamed to admit this, even that I am not able to do it at my present age. I am also ashamed to admit that I did not really know faith, my father, in the way I have mentioned, but only saw and experienced him as a father, but never in his true mental greatness, his intentional character with all the results of his personal attitudes and thought processes, which led to him setting himself challenging goals and holding on to them under all difficulties, just like you, who followed in his footsteps and followed him. What has now been said in this connection on the one hand, while on the other hand it must be said that through your personal experience and observation you have been able to acquire a very extensive knowledge of real events, occurrences, facts and very varied occurrences etc., which have often been wrongly recorded in chronicles and other writings by chroniclers and scribes etc., as a result of their own factually distorting interpretations. In this way, after the invention of writing, this happened at all early times in all advanced civilizations, because all those who knew the scriptures did not write everything down in a neutral way, but recorded everything as they evaluated and understood it in a self-interpreting way. According to this fact, there exist on earth today chronicles and many other traditional written traditions which do not correspond exactly to the facts that were revealed earlier, but often only to the personal and incorrect interpretations of the writers and therefore not to the effective events. All that has been said so far, because there are still many.
Interruption please. But I don't think we should talk openly about what you've said so far. I also think that I probably shouldn't call it up and write it down because it was private, right?
I don't see it that way.
Excuse me, but I'd be bloody embarrassed.
What I did not know before, this was also the case for all of those who work with you, as well as for many others, all of whom have a right to know the circumstances mentioned. I am also sorry, my friend, because I see no reason why we should not talk freely about this, because it should be said openly what is going on, as you sometimes say. Only your real age should also be mentioned once, as well as the fact that several times in all your lifetime, whenever you have been on the road for months or years and other times or in the past or in the future, you had to spend 18 days in our regeneration devices every 7 years in an hourly interrupting manner, which I will call hydrodynamic regeneration converter, according to which you have visibly not aged. For the first time this was in 1944, so from that time on you have always remained constant in your outer appearance and have visibly aged in a normal way only at those times when you were back on Earth at that place which you had left on Earth for a longer time, when you later, usually after weeks, months or years, returned by time manipulations at the same time or hour you had left. There was therefore no external aging of your body, and these important and necessary 18-day procedures, in the hydrodynamic regeneration converters, were absolutely essential to maintain the processes of your total body mobility. This is because naturally, as a result of the aging of the body due to the loss of energy and strength, as well as natural age-degenerative processes, the entire physical motility decreases, or rather, the totality of all unconsciously controlled and running movements of the body and all its organs, whereby the ability to move of all organisms and cell organs is impaired, thus resulting in losses of the entire activity of the ability to move. However, this had to be prevented in your case, and consequently in your present age, which today, calculated from your birth in 1937, is far more than twice your present earthly life of 83 years. Consequently, even today you still have a motility-controlled movement norm that is largely abnormal for your old body existence and for earthly concepts.
I am aware of that, and also that I am a little older than all other earthlings at the moment. But what I have gained in years to my normal birth age by the aging prevention procedures, I have never added up and thought that it was only something between 20 and 30 years. Although we sometimes talked about these times, but never about what period of years it really was, because I never cared about my age and about the years. Which is why during my travels on Earth it happened several times that I had 1, 2 or even 3 years underestimated when I was asked about my age at national borders or at consulates and therefore once had difficulties.
That's what Ascetic told me, but when we talked about the times when you were not traveling on Earth, our conversations in this regard only concerned certain short epochs and periods of time that both of us were interested in at the moment. But the knowledge I now gain from my father's annals is much greater than my knowledge of this and other things I have known about you and my father's faith. Everything shows me much more than I knew about you before, and what I learn about you from the annals of faith, considering my lifetime and all that is connected with it, makes me very thoughtful. This is because I cannot understand how you were able to stand and cope with everything, already as a boy and then also in your young man's time, what my father and also he had put himself through. You both must have had abilities, and these must still be at work with you today, that kept you from going wrong, because everything was so abnormal, as I now know from the annals that,
Pat, just leave it alone, my friend. You don't have to search for words, just leave it. But while we're at it, maybe we could say a few words about how you manage to keep your motility and how you stay physically mobile. As many times as I have met Pleuran people on Error or elsewhere, I have never seen any who have had physical remains.
Of course we also use our hydrodynamic regeneration converter technology, which ensures that we reach our old age with full mobility.
I know that because Firth explained it to me. But I'm interested in something else I never asked. namely if and to what extent you can regulate your old age yourself. Actually, I was never interested in that, which is why I never asked questions about it.
Our long lifetime of over 1,000 years corresponds to an uninfluenced natural generative process.
What do I mean by that? A generative process. If I look at it generatively etymologically and try to correctly classify and define the word value as such in relation to your long lifetime, then this tells me that the whole thing is generative and must have always been so. So when I look at this generative in relation to your long lifetime, I think that I probably have to associate this generative with a natural generating and probably at the same time with an equally natural regenerative process, or composition. With this I could also define and explain the totality of life support from conception to death. Is it true or am I right, or did I fall on my head?
What you think and how you deal with the whole thing, it can be called right. Because the etymologically
traditional,
you obviously understand in this sense also as a basic meaning for
traditional,
and the like, not only with regard to a word but also with regard to other things, like our age.
Yes, that's how I actually understand it, because that's the way a knowledgeable person in ancient Greece explained it to me about 2,500 years ago when Sforth and I were with him. This man also explained at that time that it was a shame how even then the words were falsified and their real values were lost. And this comes to my mind now, because in the German language we have again and again we quoted falsifications of the spelling by would-be spellers and are enforced. Consequently, the same language falsification is done in our time as in the Greek ancient times. This is the case today, when, in addition to the falsification of spelling, denglization is still being strangled in the German language, and this primitive means of attempting to communicate is slowly but surely making a fuss about the beauty and the expressiveness and variety of words, which is unique in comparison with all other languages of the world, and is causing more and more words and concepts of value to disappear.
Our language and writing experts also object to this.
Then something else, and a word about it, concerning the times of the present, the future and the past, because among us earthlings the erroneous view is circulating, especially since the 1920s, when the fundamentally first science fiction silent movie Metropolis was made and publicly shown in 1927, that when traveling to the past or the future, then the exact same time is taking place as in the present, which is completely wrong and false. This assumption is wrong because in the past time already existed and is over. Therefore it has no relevance to the present time. This means that if you travel from the present into the past, or into the future, then the present time that runs out, which is practically as fast or as slow as the present time from which the journey into the past or future is made. The clue here, however, is that everything seems to be time delayed, which means that if a visit is made to the past and a day is spent there, for example, this is not relevant for the present time, because the past time has already expired and no longer exerts any influence on the present time, and consequently the present time can no longer be equated in its course. Therefore, a day or year etc. can be spent in the past, while in the present, for example, only minutes pass, etc. So if one travels into the past or into the future, then the time of that time passes there, which must be lived through as a visitor, according to the time that prevails and is spent there, but which in the future has already expired and passed, but is no longer relevant to the normal present from which one travels into the past, but is already past. If, for example, one travels from the present into the past and lives in the past for 1 or 2 years, then this has no influence on the normal present time from which the journey into the past is carried out, because in the past a time is effectively lived through that is no longer relevant for the present of the time of origin of the journey, but has long since ceased to exist. The time, however, which the traveler experiences in the past from his future present is absolutely real, so he effectively experiences it and also ages at this time. Therefore, when the traveler returns from the past time to the present time, he has aged by the time he spent in the past. But to return to the time in the present at which it was left, this can only happen through a manipulation of time. The fact always remains that the traveler to the past ages during his visit to the past by the time he spends there, and therefore, if it is an adult man, his beard sprouts accordingly.
This is well explained, and the bearded face has led to the recognition that you have been absent for longer than the short time in the present. I remember several incidents such as when you were called by my daughter Semjes and you were shaving, and then you were taken away for 6 hours at Wyhoudenstrosten in Hinwil and brought back at 5 o'clock in the morning, while James and Calliope waited in the living room for your return. And because during your official present 6-hour absence you were in reality on Era for 7 days, during which time your facial beard grew and you could not shave it. This 7-day beard growth was of course not overlooked by Jacobus and Calliope. Besides, I remember that in 1962 you learned sandblasting in Bern, met your friend Marga and traveled with her through Italy, Sicily, Spain, France, Belgium, Luxembourg, Germany and Switzerland. When you were transferred to Andir as a result of your work, to do a certain job there, and you also took your girlfriend with you, you were taken away by ascetic, and you were with her for 11 months in her home country, but then at the time of your departure you appeared again in your girlfriend's hotel room, with an 11-month-old face beard. Your friend Margaret complained and was annoyed by the assumption that you wanted to mislead her and that you had stuck a beard on your face, so that she wanted to tear it off, felt betrayed by you and your relationship deteriorated as a result. I don't have to say anything more about the consequences of this, but as far as the time alone is concerned, which you spent with my father's faith in the past, from 1944 until the 1950s, in the time of the antique epoch in the Mediterranean area, in Europe, Asia, America, South America and Africa, amounts to 61 years and 94 days. And these were years of learning, in addition to the years you spent with my father in the past up to 272 million years back, as well as the years during which you two explored the future, which is why you also know what unfortunately still bad things are going to happen, about which my father's faith obliged you to keep silent, and you are no longer to make predictions like in the 1950s, but only partial prophecies. In addition to your and my father's often long journeys and stays in the past and the future, there are the years that you and you ascetic, as well as my daughter Semjes and then Quetzal and I traveled with you for long periods in the past and the future.
I know all that, but why talk about it again and again? Because it is not of great importance. But what I want to talk about now is this. Recently we have been hearing again and again in our group and also from various people outside, what is your reason for not making contact with Earthlings, neither with governments nor with people from the normal citizenry? I have had to explain this several times lately, as I did when Lee Elders was assigned to deliver your message to the US government to establish contact through me as a permanent mediator. But maybe you can explain a little bit about why you do not make contact with Earthlings and why I had to be the mediator with Petra and Anatole. Something explained from your side may be more detailed than what I have said and explained in each case.
This is a matter which is obviously impossible to make the majority of people on Earth understand, even if they declare that they understand our plebeian behavior, which in reality is not the case. However, It seems that the time has come to talk about it openly. If you are asked about it more often, and therefore it will be listed on the Figure website, which is in line with our reasoning that our directives do not allow direct and physical contact with earthlings, just as you have been teaching Earth people since your youth and bringing them closer to reality and truth. So I take the liberty of recalling and reciting an extract from your declaration, which you wrote in March 1986 to the German politician Franz Joseph Strauss, who was chairman of the CSU party and interested in our contacts, and who also wanted to know various things about religions, sex, faith and his fate and death.
Unfortunately I don't have a copy of that anymore, because my ex, Calliope, made several files and some other things disappear. All the correspondence between Franz Joseph Strauss and me was also part of this, as was the correspondence between Federal Counsellor Rickard and me, who both declared, however, that I should not talk publicly about the fact that they were interested in my contacts with you pledges and various things from the spiritual teachings during their lifetime, but which I had not yet circulated at that time.
I know that, as well as the names and incidents with other politicians who corresponded with you and also visited you.
Yes, but all of them did not want to be named publicly, just as all of them said that their family members were not allowed to know anything about our correspondence or direct acquaintance, which I can understand.
I know you can keep quiet. But now I want to know whether I should retrieve the letter you wrote to the man Strauss, which we have of course included in our or your archives just like everything else in your written works.
I know that, but it's all quite a lot, because I've written all kinds of things in my life.
I know this, and you have written a great deal about many of those people on earth who have arrogantly fallen prey to a power politics. Especially the majority of the powerful statesmen who are obsessed with power and personally always want to be in the forefront apart from the people, who are important, but who are effectively those who show the greatest danger for peace and freedom. This is because they are uncontrollably infected by sinister thoughts and feelings that suggest to them what is wrong and negative.
Yeah, that's so. I've written quite a bit about that.
That is true. And in addition, I think, I will now recite what you wrote to Franz Joseph Strauss, among others, when he asked you why he, as a believing Christian, was suddenly unintentionally infected by malicious thoughts, feelings, revenge and hatred when he was asked about things, questions, remarks, impulses and things incomprehensible to him.
Except because individual states, like especially the USA, stir up and actually spread unrest, war, terror and unfreedom all over the world, interfere in other countries and impose sanctions on them, thus creating hatred and strife. Armed conflicts and effective wars are growing around the globe. In this respect, the rulers of states and their surrounding helpers and accomplices of the USA are to be mentioned first and foremost and in the worst way. These are the main ones, who carry out their intrigues in the whole vastness of the globe and are endlessly intent on confrontations, underhanded secret service activities, covert terror and war, as well as secret sneaking in, creating unrest and extremely infamous, underground and disruptive participation in foreign state leadership. This, as it has been the case since time immemorial. Although one must also bear in mind the dictatorship European Union, which in another way spreads discord and coercion by interfering, like Germany, unjustifiably in the internal and external affairs of foreign states, which are also subject to sanctions and which provoke hatred and acts of revenge in foreign countries. And that the peoples who are bullied in this way react in an unpeaceful way is really not surprising. If the terrestrial human beings of all the states of the earth are generally examined, and their illusions of faith and their behavior is analyzed in detail, then it can be seen that the majority, or rather the greater part, has fallen into a delusion of faith, or rather a religious delusion of faith, in which on the one hand it is thought that as believers in their own illusional faith they are better than those of other faiths, unbelievers, strangers, neutrals and those who know the truth, etc. And this superego of the religious believers arrogantly imagines themselves to be better men and ordered by God, which effectively corresponds to a form of evil racism, but the corresponding earthlings are neither aware of this nor recognize it, because the supergross imagines itself to be better than others and is therefore self-deceiving. This fact, however, is not recognized by all believers in religion and sex, from the simple bourgeois believer up to the Pope or other highest religious leaders of any religion or belief. Consequently, all these facts are vehemently denied, because they were cowardly slaves to the faith and are incapable of reflection and thought and unwilling to search for the effective truth. Therefore, they are not able to search for and analyze the effective reality and its truth themselves, so that it is also closed to them to get to know themselves in order to know and experience who, how and what they themselves actually are. Because all believers in religion and sex live in an imagination of faith that vehemently dominates them, they are compulsively held in their illusion as if by brazen brackets and are incapable of letting even a weak thought arise in them to turn to the real reality and its irrevocable and actual truth. Through every imaginable faith of any kind the earthlings therefore deceive themselves and insert themselves into a state of faith that corresponds to a faith-based suppression with regard to their malicious as well as completely degenerated character traits. This happens uncontrollably, immediately and unstoppably when it becomes active and breaks through into the world of thoughts and feelings as soon as anything arises that acts like an explosion of consciousness. It may be just a word, a thing or a situation etc., which causes the deep-seated, evil and bad character traits, suppressed by a belief, to break through and degenerate in seconds. A particular consequence of this is that as soon as even the corresponding thoughts and feelings arise, they then wreak havoc. The fact is that people are not freed from evil and are therefore absolutely capable of transferring any bad, evil and wrong characteristics to other people in any way. In fact, this does not correspond to any imagination or pathological delusion, but to a fact that also guarantees that at any time any religious belief in love and humanity etc. will immediately collapse as soon as any negative, evil or simply bad events, insults or remarks etc. occur. If this happens, then suddenly cognitive or rational uncontrollable and uncontrollable thought emotional, harmful, revenge-influenced, negative, bad and degenerating impulses occur, as well as the corresponding negative psyche actions, which urge retaliation and are usually understood according to the principle,
as you do to me, so do to you.
This inevitably has the consequence that man, because he is, as a result of his religious delusion, neither balanced, neutral nor effectively peaceful, as well as not immune, protected, resistant, insensitive, not resistant and not able to defend himself against his bad and degenerating character traits that are rotting deep within him and lurking for an outbreak, cannot defend himself against them. This is because he is susceptible, receptive, touchable and therefore not able to defend himself against his bad, negative and evil degenerations lurking deep within him. This leads to moments in which these suddenly evil, bad, degenerating and harmful values break out of the deeply buried negative, bad, uncontrollable and evil character clutter vehemently and violently in a degenerative way. And when such thoughts and feelings come up, then man freaks out and wreaks havoc, because then he reacts extremely aggressively and in some evil and bad way causes damage and havoc, which he otherwise usually suppresses and buries in his innermost character clutter by his religious delusion, and he practices this continuously in his religious delusion, Instead of consciously searching for all the negative, bad and evil in himself, taking it up and processing it in full consciousness, fighting and dissolving it, so that everything is dissolved and harmless. If it happens that the believing person is confronted religiously, secularly, philosophically or sectarian with something that is, for example, contrary to his opinion, will or well-being, his possessions, attitude, security are contrary to his needs, wishes or against his will etc., then all the unworthiness of his character clutter breaks through. This is then the moment when evil and foul insults fall and violence breaks out, weapons are taken and disaster is wrought, resulting in murder, manslaughter, hatred, retribution as well as revenge, feuds, wars and terror. This is because the people who are decaying in faith live in their abnormally arrogant delusion that, as a result of their delusional belief, they are freed from all such moments which they suppress in their faith and which they hide and hold down deep in their character clutter, but which at every suitable or unsuitable opportunity come to a breakthrough as bad, evil and barbaric character traits and are lived out degenerately.
This, Edward, along with all the other important points of our conversation today, you should also publish on the Figu website. Well, there may be few outside the majority of earthly people who consciously try to control all bad and malicious qualities deeply held in their character, so that they do not break out abruptly or in a half-controlled way. These, however, are people who think for themselves and determine their own way of life, without any religious or other kind of belief, so that they are anxious to shape their life and existence in a logical way. But these are earth people like the learning members of Figu, who deal with the creation doctrine, deal with it and positively understand what they have learned, and through self-control become largely free from such degenerations as I have described. It is a fact that as a rule, the majority of all state powers are also religious delusional believers, who have the same deep character, bad, evil and degenerate tendencies as the majority of humanity on earth. Consequently, they too are burdened in their power airs with violence and degeneration, which they bring to bear at every opportunity, as well as when they imagine that they would be disadvantaged in their exercise of power by an external representation, as was the case with the Americans when we wanted to seek help for the USA and you therefore delivered our letter to Lee elders, who had to forward it to the powerful of the USA. However, as far as we plars are concerned and our motives for not having any direct contact with terrestrial human beings, which also refers to life forms on other worlds, this is on the one hand in accordance with our directives, as I already mentioned, and on the other hand in accordance with the fact that we plars have to protect ourselves from the dangerous influences of the deeply negative and uncontrollable character traits of terrestrial human beings. These character defects, which have been embedded in the deepest character being of the terrestrial human beings since time immemorial and which are suppressed by religious delusional imagination, but are latently preserved in their effectiveness, break through to the outside world again and again in an uncontrollable way. Consequently, hatred, revenge, falsehood and retribution break out of it again and again and endlessly, lurking latently deep within the innermost character being and ready to break through outwards at every opportunity. When an abrupt evil impulse occurs in the consciousness of the terrestrial human being, and every such sudden impulse is uncontrollable for earthly men because they have never learned from time immemorial to control and master these degenerate character movements and consequently break through them outwardly unrestrainedly and inexorably and lead to disaster, the religious delusion of the terrestrial human beings, which makes him believe that he is above all evil, bad and degenerate and therefore not susceptible to it, is also involved in this, but this is nothing other than a further delusion of faith, because the evil, negative and degenerate continue to exist in the deeply buried character being and become immediately effective when a sudden movement causes them without being able to be controlled. In this way religious delusion becomes the trigger for all evil latent in the deepest character being, and therefore immediately resorts to violence and causes uncontrollable mischief and burgeoning hatred, revenge and retaliation. Thus, when suddenly negative impulses arise, the origins of which are extremely banal and manifold, immediately degenerating thoughts are led, which urge hatred, revenge and retribution, and consequently violence also immediately breaks through, which often leads to murder, war, capital crimes, manslaughter and terror. It must now be explained, in response to your statement, that the basic justification given for our directive is exactly what I have just stated, which expresses that we plurals would endanger ourselves in contacts with terrestrial human beings through their inherent degenerations in our peaceful, righteous and self-controlling behavior. This, then, should we violate our directives and get in contact with terrestrial human beings, who as a whole are still classified according to the bias and degenerations of what I have explained and stated, the whole justification of what makes us adhere to our directives and prevents us from engaging in direct or other closer contact with terrestrial human beings is based on the fact that we pledge ours are not immune to the degenerations of all kinds that are peculiar to terrestrial human beings, but are just as susceptible to them as they are uncontrollably peculiar to terrestrial human beings themselves. Admittedly, we plurals have been given peace and righteousness for more than 52,000 years, and we cultivate a culture of freedom and observance of the laws of creation, as well as personal control, self-respect, self-control, just as we are to a certain extent uninfluenceable. Nevertheless, and this is unfortunately the case, there is still the danger of external influences, which we must defend ourselves against in order not to fall prey to false, negative, evil and bad influences. If this were to happen, however, it would be an inevitable consequence of spreading within our peoples. Even one single person as a carrier of such catastrophic degenerations as are peculiar to the earthly people would be enough to carry on these disastrous unworthy values and thus infect our peoples with a malicious behavior. In a short time, all our plebeian peoples would fall into the same behavior as that of terrestrial man, so that everything would return to the way it was in our country more than 52,000 years ago. It is a fact that degenerate human behavior, such as that which has proliferated, especially among the majority of the earthly people, and which emanates a suggestiveness that in a short time spreads to other people, influences them, transforms their minds and makes them the same as those who live out their degenerations, and suggestively transfers them to other people through word and vibration, who then begin to think, act and behave in the same way. And this is exactly what we pledge ours must avoid, which is the reason why we would not establish or maintain any contact with earthly people, nor are we, all our peoples, in a stage of evolution that would liberate and immunize us against such negative, malicious, degenerative and profoundly characteristic degenerations and behaviors as these primitive degenerations are still peculiar to terrestrial man. The life-threatening process, which you and my father's faith were able to go through in order to be immune to all these and many other degenerations and also to be different, was never possible for our people, and therefore not for all those who carry out their activities on earth and with you, including me. However, we should not talk about this openly, just as you should not announce anything else. That will remain so for a long time, so we must be patient and avoid contact with any people on earth. That was also the reason why we asked you at that time whether you would be active as a mediator if we could have reached a possible mediator contact with the responsible persons of the USA, the Soviet Union and China, since you should have taken over the task of the mediator. However, since the three letters did not reach their destination because they were misappropriated by your trusted persons and not delivered to the recipients, everything dissolved before even a first statement could have been made by the leaders of the time. In the USA Carter and then Reagan, in the Soviet Union Brezhnev, in China Yi Jianming. There is no longer any explanation for this or for anything else.
Thank you. That should be clear and detailed enough. For my part, I was only brief with my explanations, but my explanations were understood nevertheless. But I find your clarification much better, thank you. But what I want to ask you, my friend, although we actually didn't want to talk about Corona anymore, is something that is on the one hand unclear and on the other hand wrong. Recently, several TV stations and states have claimed that the second wave of the coronavirus is now spreading through the country, whereas in Hong Kong there is already a third wave spreading, which brings disaster. In addition, I noticed daily in the latest news from Swiss and German news channels, as well as worldwide, that false statements are constantly being made about the number of cases, corona infections and corona deaths, which contradict yours.
What I can explain and clarify about this is something that will probably interest many people, why you should spread the whole thing on the Figure website explaining it, to counteract the false reports that are spread irresponsibly misleadingly towards the people. But it also concerns what is claimed about the alleged second and third corona wave, whereby such false reports are not infrequently made by virologists and immunologists, but also by pathological know-it-alls, conspiracy theorists and fear propagators, etc. Both in this respect and in dealing with the corona pandemic, the majority of terrestrial human beings are obviously just as unteachable as the majority of those responsible for the state, who should be concerned for the safety of their peoples, but they are not. This is not because they consider the running and operation of economic groups to be more important and much more important than the health and lives of the people, but it is equally true for the majority of the population itself, which, contrary to its respect for health and life, indulges and pursues its many pleasures irresponsibly and indifferently, and consequently the corona epidemic cannot be stopped, but is spreading and claiming more and more victims, by compulsively maintaining the largely old ways of working of the economic groups, instead of adjusting the whole thing to a lower and health and safety conscious stock of labor and adequate production. Everything is ruthlessly carried on in the old style, with the consent of the state leaders, who would be responsible for devising, enforcing and complying with all the necessary health and safety measures to prevent the epidemic from spreading any further. As far as the spread and the worldwide spread of the corona disease is concerned, the first wave is still going on, which, depending on the safety behavior of the terrestrial people, flattens out, rises again and even rises, only to fall off again strongly if the safety measures are strictly observed. But then, if these measures are again relaxed or neglected, the wave spreads further and further. So the fact is that so far the first wave is still active, which is still expanding and only comes to an end when it reaches its most intensive and highest level worldwide, then flattens out and reaches an earth-wide low overall, and only then a second wave can build up and start to spread again. With such a second or possibly even third wave, it can again spread worldwide as a pandemic, but it is also possible that only individual countries will be affected and the disease will again spread only as a national epidemic. Claims to the contrary correspond to confused falsehoods or effective stupidity, which in any case means and arises from the fact that and when man does not consciously and rationally analyze an incidental matter, gains inconclusive insights and thus remains ignorant and incapable of making an informed judgment. This, if man is able to think consciously and rationally, but does not make use of it, then a state of stupidity arises, and this state prevails in the majority of peoples as well as in their leaderships. which is why they do not seek the necessary health and safety measures and cannot prescribe or enforce them, which results in many victims.
You have often said in the last months privately, as well as recently again, it was probably still in the month of June, that already in a short time, just in the near future or so, by the currently still rampant and effective first corona pandemic wave, which is still rolling over the whole earth, until the autumn to the or over 22 million people infected by the coronavirus and over 1 million corona disease deaths will be lamented.
Unfortunately, this is the result of this way of thinking, which is the fault of all those of the majority of the state leaders who, in their inability to lead, initiated and continue to initiate the relaxation or lifting of the lockdown orders, thereby leaving the people free to decide for themselves whether or not they want to be subject to personal security measures. This has now led to the majority of the population's ignorant, stupid and reckless people using the lifting of the lockdown as stupidly as before, which means that tens of thousands of people around the world are once again being reinfected by the coronavirus, just as other tens of thousands are provoking and causing their own deaths, as many others have done before and have done so far. And what is now going to happen in this respect in Europe, which until recently was spared from large numbers of infections and victims as a result of the more or less effective and state-imposed safety precautions, will now, as a result of the end of the lockdown, also be severely affected by the corona epidemic and claimed many victims. However, this is also happening worldwide and has already begun, but it is only now that the primary wave or fundamental wave, which is still expanding worldwide, will peak in Europe and quickly claim large masses of infections and fatalities.
Unfortunately, as you said recently, this will also be in Switzerland.
This is unavoidable, because in your homeland, too, those state officials who would be responsible for the general security and health and thus also for the protection and welfare of the people and their lives, consist of absolutely incompetent male and female persons of the federal government and, as a failure in state leadership, should never be allowed to hold such a position. All those loudmouths in the government who would be responsible and accountable for civil protection with regard to all the necessary protective measures against the prevailing corona epidemic, as far as the Federal Council members of both sexes are concerned in Switzerland, are incapable of their great responsibility to recognize, collect and implement the necessary precautionary measures against the coronavirus and make a mockery of themselves. This is because they are not aware of their responsibility and duty to maintain the health and well-being of the people, and they are not able to identify the precarious danger of the corona disease, nor to devise the necessary precautions against the disease, and therefore cannot have any carried out. The mere fact that in Switzerland the state leaders and authorities responsible for the protective measures are acting irresponsibly, namely by omitting a general obligation to wear protective masks or the obligatory wearing of protective masks at all for the health and safety of all persons for precarious places, is more than just criminal carelessness. And the fact that for the entire population of all states, including Switzerland, all group gatherings are not strictly forbidden, that there is no closure of entertainment venues, no prohibition of public entertainment and commemoration ceremonies etc., and no prohibition of holidays etc., will continue to claim many victims of the corona epidemic, and this will continue to be the case in relation to the whole of all other appropriate distance from person to person, wherever this is necessary and where the need for protection makes it indispensable. But if all this is not done, then this kind of inaction is irresponsible, because the need to comply with these rules exists wherever people are forced to do things that cannot be avoided and are in close proximity to other people, such as on public transport, in shopping centers, at work, etc., as well as in postal and banking services and, in general, in all busy places, etc.
You said all that stuff about other things, too, as I recall.
This is indeed the case, but it is true of all leaders worldwide, with only a tiny minority that would have real leadership qualities. But these are not effective against the power-hungry. If data are published worldwide that relate to the corona pandemic, then it can be explained by the fact that all over the world, health control institutes report false data from infected and dead people in relation to the epidemic, because not all cases are recorded and not all cases are reported. This is also true in Switzerland, where the infection and death rates are much higher than those reported and also mentioned publicly. However, this is true for all countries worldwide, such as Germany in Europe, where the death rate has been over 11,000 for some time, whereas only around 9,190 deaths are officially reported at present. Also, the mentioned so-called case numbers concerning the corona epidemic, which are reported daily, do not correspond to the facts. What is correct, however, is that the total number of corona infections and corona deaths worldwide is 4 times higher than is generally wrongly calculated, because all effective facts are neither really recognized nor researched. It is unavoidable to mention that the earthly technology of all kinds, which is highly praised by the earthly people, is indeed still so deficient and underdeveloped that with this technology it is in no way possible to analyze and register all things very exactly and precisely down to an individual person, as it is possible on the other hand with our much higher and further developed technology. According to this fact, we also have decidedly better and moreover extremely exact and precise records of each and every criterion that we investigate and check, so that we are able to find out and register every single human being on Earth who is infected by the coronavirus or who has died, which is not possible with the entire earthly high technology and will not be possible for several centuries. The modern technology alone, which is still in the early stages of a higher development, represents a great danger for the continued existence of the earthly humanity, because as a result of its underdevelopment of consciousness, all conceivable old and new inventions of all kinds, values and unvalues are always immediately transformed into weapons, destruction, extermination and extermination operas, and thus disaster, wars, murders and terror are carried out. With regard to any earthly high technology, which is arrogantly called high technology by the earthly people, our pledge Ericksonian effective high technology is absolutely superior to any earthly technology. This corresponds to a criterion and a characteristic that is relevant for a distinction, evaluation or decision with regard to every technical evolution and its peaceful, progressive, logical and logical fulfillment, and thus especially oriented towards the laws of creation. However, this is impossible for terrestrial human beings with regard to the existence as well as the use of the still deeply underdeveloped terrestrial technology in all its types, forms and products, as well as with regard to its use in any selection of persons, objects, characteristics, occurrences or subjects etc. Is the whole thing considered since the beginning of the corona epidemic, especially due to ignorance of the facts that have been established by the terrestrial virologists, immunologists, epidemiologists and medical specialists etc., that the corona danger was not researched either from the beginning of 2019, when the coronavirus first appeared, or in the months after that until the end of November, so it could work unnoticed for months and cause many infections and deaths, until the first public case became known in Wuhan by a certain coincidence. What is more, it should be mentioned that certain sections of the responsible heads of state and authorities in all the countries of the world have recklessly judged the whole of the dangerous nature of the coronavirus to be a trivial and insignificant matter, or very weakened and harmless, and is still considered harmless in various irresponsible ways. However, This was and is also the case in large parts of the population, especially among pathologically stupid people who are indifferent and thoughtless, but also among confused know-it-alls and completely irresponsible conspiracy theorists, who make everything degenerate in such a way that all indispensable safety precautions are inevitably trivialized and disregarded. As a result, the necessary duty to wear protective masks is largely abolished, ridiculed and, moreover, the state authorities leave it to the discretion of the population in various places, so that such protective measures or the wearing of protective masks can be determined according to the personal decision of the individual person, which brings corona infections for many people on Earth and also leads to an ever-increasing number of corona deaths, which will soon exceed the official million mark. This will soon follow the 20 million officially named infections, which will be disclosed in just 1 week. However, this will not lead to a fact of reason, because the entire economy and the associated commerce as well as the financial power will continue to be the more important side of all unreasonableness and will therefore continue to occupy, contrary to the necessary security with regard to the health and life of the earthly people in general. Thanks to this irrational and illogical way of thinking, acting and behaving, the corona death rate will inevitably rise alarmingly fast and, in addition to the corona death victims who have exceeded the million mark for some time now, the number of millions of deaths will very quickly be officially mentioned. In addition to the millions of corona deaths which have already exceeded the million mark for some time, the millions of deaths are also very quickly officially mentioned. In addition to all this, it is unfortunately to be explained that the majority of those responsible, the state powers and authorities, in order to promote the will of the economic lobby and all the institutions, companies and corporations and with regard to measures relating to the production and consumption of all economic goods, leave the population in the dark about the great danger of the corona epidemic. And the rest of the evil is done by playing down the danger of corona, by neglecting any duty to wear a protective mask and by leaving it to the will of the majority of citizens who are incapable of rational thought and knowledge. Our frightening observations in this regard in the majority of the heads of state and authorities on earth surpass all that we have ever encountered in any other people of other worlds in terms of irrationality, selfishness, irresponsibility and enrichment to the detriment of humanity. The majority of all female and male leaders of states, as well as the majority of all leaders of authorities, which we have observed worldwide and in general since the end of the last World War, continuously classify extremely precise analyses and from these classify appropriate and undoubted findings. Frighteningly only the profound realization and the result allow us to conclude that the worldwide majority of all leaders of states and authorities are unworthy and incapable of their office. His leadership intelligence in government and public administration does not correspond to the necessarily comprehensive qualities that would be necessary for the correct and humanly beneficial welfare and progress as well as for safety and health. Our investigations, analyses and findings have shown effectively that the majority of all those exercising state power and, equally, the majority of the forces of authority are not only extremely deficient in terms of their intelligence, their extremely poor and decisive quality of decision-making, leadership and action, but also correspond to an inferiority such as that of uneducated adolescents. If the whole negative of the leaders of the state and the authorities is analyzed, then no real values of general utility to the people can be discerned in them, but only selfish ends of their own, through which the majority of the leaders of the state and the higher authorities rise and shine and feel adored in their own glory, but truly do nothing for their people. However, positive decisions are made only very rarely, and consequently it is almost impossible to observe a person wearing a protective mask in public, as would be of urgency and as we have recommended and as a rule followed by FIGU members worldwide. As we can see from our frequent observations, in many cases, These members are the only ones in a wide area who responsibly follow the advice of the mask wearer, while the majority of the population recklessly walks around without masks, irresponsibly does not keep the necessary distance from other people and, moreover, groups together, thus making coronavirus infections inevitable and increasing. And the fact that the leaders and authorities responsible do nothing about this and do not make wearing a protective mask an obligation, that is not only a reckless omission of a necessary regulation, but an irresponsibility without equal, because in terms of the omission of all the necessary safety obligations towards the population and its health, this is not only irresponsible but criminal.
You can say that again. As a rule, the majority of those responsible for this or similar situations only make a lot of stupid remarks and sayings when they go public or are questioned by inquiring journalists on the matter. The rulers who are influenced in this way believe themselves to be big and clever, but they only babble stupid stuff, as I recently observed and listened to on television with various men and women from our House of Parliament, as well as with rulers from other countries. It was the same with Germany, the EU dictatorship and US oaths. And what there was talked about stupid, inconsiderate, stupid trivialities, incomprehension, irresponsible nonsense and trivialities, that made me blush with shame, also because such people are allowed to exercise state power, although they are absolutely incapable of doing so, and they would be better off doing an intelligent, circumspect, manual labor of labor.
Such observations and hearings are also under our control, and in regard to the evaluations of the statements made to the people by various state officials and members of the authorities, it must be said that they are very often not only extremely banal, but effectively ridiculous and prove the unsuitability of the persons in question with regard to their position in the state or authorities. But now, Edward, dear friend, I must go again. Farewell and protect yourself. Give my greetings to the entire Figu community all around the world, and let them all follow my advice, and let them all follow our recommendations concerning the above-mentioned safety precautions, and let them thereby be able to protect themselves from the coronavirus with a certain degree of safety by wearing protective masks, and by keeping their distance from other people on all their journeys and errands etc., and wherever they go, in the best possible way. Goodbye.